Hello again everybody, Draginath here with a video, my first video in a pretty long while, I think around late September maybe, and I wanted to come out with a small Holy Paladin guide for you guys, and hopefully in the future a gear update, but this is just a generic guide I want to share with you guys, so here we go. First up we have Holy Light, which heals a target for X amount, and currently it's the largest single target heal available in the game. It's kind of expensive, but for Holy Paladin, for Paladin in general, whose mana is we're always mana efficient, it's not a big price to pay, but it can't take its toll. Next we have Flash of Light, which is our obligatory quick heal. It doesn't heal for too significant amount unless you gear for it, but it is the most mana efficient heal available in the game. Now we have Holy Shock, which is our 31 point talent, and it's an instant heal that's on a 6-second cooldown, and it heals for about in the range between Flash of Light and Holy Light. So it's good for sniping heals and getting those clutch maneuvers out. But those are the Holy Paladin's only 3 heals, but we're not designed to have all the tricks that, say, a priest would have. What we do have are a set of defensive cooldowns that are situational, but when they get the chance to be used, they do their job well. Now you saw there, we have Beacon of Light and Cleanse. Cleanse gets rid of debuffs and stuff, and Beacon of Light is really potent as it allows us to spread our massive heals across 2 targets at the same time. Now we have Sacred Shield, which is a staple for us. It basically, when the target takes damage, they get a shield that absorbs 500 damage, and it scales with our spell power. So it absorbs a ton. It's kind of annoying to go up against, but it's always helpful to use. And when used with Flash of Light, we get a small heal over time effect, which is also nice as a buffer when healing. Up next we have Aura Mastery, which basically amplifies the effects of our auras and gives them various effects. We have Divine Favor, which isn't as potent as it used to be, and I hope they update it to the current game, but it's still helpful as it gives us an instant critical heal. Next we have Divine Illumination, and basically it allows us to use our massive heals at half the cost for 15 seconds. I don't find myself using it as much, but it's always helpful when you know you're going to be using, say, Holy Light, your biggest heals for a duration of time. Then we have Divine Plea, which is awesome for Paladins, as it allows us, it just keeps going along with that mana efficiency that we have, and we get 1/4 of our mana back over 15 seconds, and at the cost of reducing our healing might by 50. Next we're going into the protection tree, and that has all of our defensive utility in it, really. And here's 2, Divine Shield and Divine Protection, which are basically for ourselves, but when coupled with other abilities that we have, they're very potent. And yes, people complain about them a lot, but we have Divine Sacrifice, which is basically a raid wall. On the PTR right now, it said that they're going to change it so that it reduces damage of everybody in your raid or party by 20%. Reduce their damage by 20%, which is definitely going to be a very helpful thing to have, especially with all the AoE damage and Wrath. Next we have our hand spells, which are iconic of the Paladin, and they have various effects. Hand of Freedom, basically it's an anti-snare. It allows us to move freely for 6 to 10 seconds, which is, it's more of a PvP thing, but it's helpful regardless. With Paladins, it's mostly stuff that we have abilities that we don't pay much attention to, but they're always nice to have when we need them. Hand of Protection here makes the target immune to physical damage and gets rid of bleed effects on a 5 to 3 minute cooldown. Hand of Sacrifice, which is the single target version of Divine Sacrifice and vice versa. We have Hand of Salvation, which is a threat dump, reducing threat by 20% over 10 seconds, but can in PvP when glyphed for is also a pain suppression. And we have Avenging Wrath, which is the obligatory output ability. It's a really cool animation, and it basically increases our output by 20%, for 20 seconds. Then we have Judgment of Light and Judgment of Wisdom, and most Holy Paladins use the Light because it heals. It can heal everybody who's attacking the target. So, but they go alongside our seals, which is Seal of Wisdom and Seal of Light, and both are very helpful in various situations. I'm going to be going over, now that we have the tools set forth, we'll be going over the talents that you use for a Holy Paladin. And as hybrids, there's a ton of different combinations and roads you can take, which is something I really enjoy. But until next time, we'll go through talent builds and glyphs and potential tips on like gearing and PvP and so on and so forth. So until then, guys, peace.